Thank you for joining us for this morning's press conference with the Minister of Labor, the Honorable Jason Hayward, JPMP. I now welcome Minister Hayward to begin. Minister.
Good day to members of the media and the listening public. I am pleased to report that since the launch on August 1st, 2020, the government of Bermuda has received 1,081 Work for Bermuda applications, of which 937 have been approved. Thus far, 638 of the 937 Work from Bermuda certificate holders moved to Bermuda. Currently, 206 families continue to reside here. And as of October 28th, 2021, 74 Work from Bermuda certificate holders were approved for a further one-year extension. I am encouraged that new applications are submitted on a weekly basis, and persons on Work from Bermuda certificates continue to expand their families on the island. In the first year of implementation, the Work from Bermuda certificate has had an estimated value added of $23.3 million in Bermuda's economy. Overall, the benefits of this policy include boosting economic activity, enhancing Bermuda's brand and reputation as an attractive travel destination and place to live, boosting the local real estate market, and it presents an opportunity for short-term stays to blossom into long-term investment. As a result of the Work from Bermuda certificate, various local business opportunities have arisen, creating needed economic activity and jobs. Additionally, one Work from Bermuda certificate holder has been converted into an economic investment certificate holder, meaning the non-Bermudian has invested over $2.5 million into the Bermuda economy and has decided to make Bermuda their home. Through the work of the Bermuda Development Agency and the Bermuda Tourism Authority, the promotion of the Work from Bermuda initiatives continue. Non-Bermudians are invited to work or study remotely in Bermuda, where life is tranquil, the weather is perfect, and the people are super friendly. This certificate presents a win-win for both visitors and Bermuda. Attracting people to reside in Bermuda for durations of 1 year assists in boosting economic activity. Additionally, the requirements that they can only be employed by businesses outside of the country ensures that they do not compete with Bermudians for jobs. This public policy targets individuals who have the financial means to fully sustain themselves, would like to work in Bermuda in a non-Bermuda based or non-Bermuda registered legal entity or partnership, or would like to complete their post-secondary studies from Bermuda. Individuals can apply for the Work from Bermuda certificate through the government's forms portal. The Work from Bermuda program remains open to potential residents who meet the eligibility criteria. Non-Bermudians should also be aware that the Work from Bermuda certificate is not the only program that allows individuals to reside in Bermuda. Those who meet the eligibility requirement may apply for permission to reside in Bermuda on an annual basis. While referred to as permission to reside on an annual basis, permission can be obtained for periods up to 5 years. This program is particularly attractive to globally retired individuals, dependents of work permit holders, and owners of hotel and tourist accommodations. Anyone interested in residing in Bermuda for a year or more should go to www.gov.bm and complete the application form for residents. The Ministry of Labor remains entrenched in establishing effective policies that will foster the expansion of jobs and economic growth. The Work from Bermuda initiative is in direct alignment with Bermuda's Economic Recovery Plan. Through our National Economic Recovery Plan, the government will take decisive action to restore consumer and business confidence and stimulate our economy, creating a clear path to growth and employment. The policies highlighted today aid Bermuda in minimizing the adverse effects of the global pandemic. Thank you. At this time, I'll take questions from the media.
Thank you, Minister. I will now admit Fiona McCrutter from the Royal Gazette to ask her questions. All right, Fiona, I see you connecting. All right, Fiona, do you have your camera?
I do. Is that better?
Yes, perfect, thanks. All right, Fiona, you're live and you can begin.
Appreciate it. Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Minister. Thank you very much for that update on the programme. I wondered if, please, I think you mentioned there had been an inward investment of about $23 million to the Bermuda economy as a result of this programme. Can you tell me a little bit about how that was calculated, please? Where does that figure come from?
And so what we've done a study in terms of the potential expenditure outlays of individuals in the program, which would mean what would be the basic needs in terms of housing, food, basic amenities, and utilities.
Okay, so we don't know exactly from the individuals themselves. It's generally an average then, a sort of, I don't want to say a guess, but you know, it's an estimate, as you're saying.
Yeah, so we looked at minimum expenditure for one to actually live in Bermuda.
Got it. Thank you very much. I remember at the time when the program was launched, there was an opportunity for students to take up this opportunity. Do you have figures for how many students have done so?
I can provide you a little direct information on that students. But students have taken up this program.
That would be great. Thank you very much. And also we know, I think you said there were 74 certificate holders who have so far, or up until the end of October, requested an extension to their 1-year work from Bermuda period. Can they have any number of extensions, or they can only extend one time?
So at this point, we haven't put a limit on extensions to monitor the program, and the program is a successful program. As a result, we have made the decision to continue with the program for subsequent years.
Okay, thank you. And one of the things that was, I guess, advertised for some of these people who take up this opportunity was that Bermuda was a relatively place to be during the pandemic that the whole world is going through. Obviously, then we've been through, I think it was a 7-day stay-at-home order earlier this year. For curfews, you had restrictions on hospitality, etc. Do you think that the people that have come here have enjoyed what they thought they were coming through, or have they experienced some difficulties that they might have had in their own home countries?
So certainly from the reviews that are from Bermuda, applicants have actually stated when they depart the island that they had a very enjoyable experience. Certainly when we see an increase in cases within Bermuda, we also see a decrease in applications. And so there's a direct correlation between the safety of individuals on island and their willingness to reside.
Sure. And you mentioned, obviously, I think you said there had been, since its inception, 1,081 applications, of which 937 were approved. Mm-hmm. On that, can you give us any of the reasons for applications being denied?
So sometimes people apply, but they don't demonstrate that they have the ability to financially sustain themselves, or they don't fully complete the application process, or they withdraw the application before the approval process.
Sure. And I guess on a similar note, you said 638 of those who were approved actually came to the island. Do you have any feedback or any information about those that decided not to come?
What we heard is that people, first and foremost, wanted to seek to see if they would actually get approved. And then once they're approved, then they have to make decisions with their family in terms of moving to Bermuda. And so there is a delay between approval and those who actually come and reside in Bermuda if they're not really available to help their first and observation.
Of course. Sure, thank you very much. And one of the things you mentioned last year just around the launch of the scheme was that this would also help Bermudians to find jobs. Can you quantify that?
I can't quantify the jobs, but certainly you would have heard over the last year a number of Bermudians who provide services to these Bermuda holders, and a number of new businesses that would have been established to cater to this particular group of individuals.
Sure. Understood. I think that's everything for now. Thank you very much for your time
Thank
once
you.
again.
All right, thank you, Fiona, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
All right, Minister, that is the last, or the only media that is prepared to ask questions at this point. So I'd like to give you the opportunity for any closing remarks you may have.
Well, certainly the government will continue to move to progress the country through the implementation of the National Economic Recovery Plan. We will be working diligently to ensure that we restore business confidence and consumer confidence in the economy. The aim of the Ministry of Labor is to ensure that we support economic growth and the expansion of jobs. And I think over the next year, you will see a number of new initiatives coming out of the ministry that would actually aid Bermuda in achieving its objectives.
Thank you, Minister, and thank you, Bermuda and the media for tuning in. And everyone, have a great day and be safe.